Welcome to the Presidential Claim Record. Today's audit reviews direct statements made by President Trump on April 28, 2026, covering topics including Iran's internal condition and foreign policy positioning, Germany's economic performance, and remarks made during the White House meeting with King Charles III. Direct quotes. Available evidence. Nonpartisan classification. The opening slide shows the cumulative percentage breakdown of all claims reviewed from April 1, 2026 through April 28, 2026, categorized as false, unsupported, misleading, and supported. Now let's move to the scorecard. The left side reflects cumulative results from April 1, 2026 through April 27, 2026. Now we move to the results from April 28, 2026. As for false, one claim was identified. On April 28 at 2:25 p.m. on Truth Social, regarding international relations and nuclear policy, President Trump stated that German Chancellor Friedrich Merz thinks it is okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. No verifiable public statement, policy position, or official record was identified supporting the claim that Friedrich Merz has endorsed Iran possessing nuclear weapons. Germany's established position has consistently aligned with nuclear non-proliferation efforts and restrictions on Iran's nuclear program. Because the claim attributes a specific policy position that is not supported by the available record and is contradicted by established policy alignment, this claim is false. As for unsupported, 7 claims were identified. On April 28 at 2:25 p.m. on Truth Social, regarding Iran's nuclear capabilities, President Trump stated, "If Iran had a nuclear weapon, the whole world would be held hostage." The statement presents a definitive global consequence as a factual outcome. While nuclear proliferation is widely regarded as a significant international security concern, no historical precedent or verifiable evidence establishes that the possession of nuclear weapons by a single nation results in the entire world being held hostage. Because the claim asserts a universal outcome without verifiable support, this claim is unsupported. On April 28 at 2:25 p.m. on Truth Social, regarding U.S. engagement with Iran, President Trump stated, "I am doing something with Iran right now that other nations or presidents should have done long ago." The statement asserts that a specific action is currently being taken with respect to Iran, while also implying that prior administrations or other nations failed to take that action. However, the statement does not identify what action is being referenced, and no verifiable detail is provided to support the existence of a specific policy, diplomatic initiative, or military action tied to the claim. Because the claim presents a factual assertion without identifying or substantiating the action being referenced, this claim is unsupported. On April 28 at 2:25 p.m. on Truth Social, regarding Germany's economic condition, President Trump stated, "No wonder Germany is doing so poorly, both economically and otherwise." According to 2025 to 2026 estimates from the International Monetary Fund, among the 5 largest global economies, the United States ranks first in GDP per capita, with approximately $90,000 to $95,000 per person. Total GDP of approximately $30 to $32 trillion, and an estimated population of roughly 335 million. Germany ranks second, with approximately $58,000 to $60,000 per person, total GDP of approximately $5 trillion, and an estimated population of roughly 84 million. Japan ranks third, with approximately $33,000 to $35,000 per person, total GDP of approximately $4.2 to $4.3 trillion, and an estimated population of roughly 124 million. China ranks fourth, with approximately $13,000 to $14,000 per person, total GDP of approximately $19 to $20 trillion, and an estimated population of roughly 1.4 billion. India ranks fifth, with approximately $2,800 to $3,000 per person, total GDP of approximately $4.1 to $4.2 trillion, and an estimated population of roughly 1.4 billion. Germany remains one of the largest economies in the world and ranks second in GDP per capita among the 5 largest global economies based on current estimates. Because the available economic data does not support the characterization that Germany is doing poorly economically, and because the statement also extends to an undefined otherwise category without identifying what additional conditions are being referenced, this claim is unsupported. On April 28th at 9:29 a.m. on Truth Social, regarding Iran's internal condition, President Trump stated that Iran had just informed us that they are in a state of collapse. The statement asserts that Iran directly communicated to the United States that it is in a state of collapse. However, no official statement from Iranian authorities, no confirmation from U.S. officials, and no independently verified reporting were identified to support that such a communication occurred. No official response from Iranian authorities was identified at this point in the research, confirming the statement or acknowledging that such communication took place. Because the claim presents a specific communication and national condition without verifiable support or identifiable sourcing, this claim is unsupported. On April 28th at 9:29 a.m. on Truth Social, regarding Iran's position on the Strait of Hormuz, President Trump stated that Iran wanted the United States to open the Strait of Hormuz as soon as possible. The statement attributes a specific request to Iranian authorities. However, no official statement from Iranian authorities, no confirmation from U.S. officials, and no independently verified reporting were identified to support that such a request was made. No official response from Iranian authorities was identified at this point in the research, confirming the statement. Because the claim attributes a specific request without verifiable support or identifiable sourcing, this claim is unsupported. On April 28th at 9:29 a.m. on Truth Social, regarding Iran's leadership, President Trump stated that Iran was trying to figure out their leadership situation. The statement asserts that Iran is experiencing leadership instability. However, no official statements, confirmed reporting, or independently verified evidence were identified indicating that Iran is undergoing a leadership transition or crisis. Because the claim asserts a specific internal condition without verifiable support or identifiable sourcing, this claim is unsupported. On April 28th, during remarks welcoming King Charles III to the White House, President Trump stated that the United States and the United Kingdom have the strongest alliance in the world. While the United States and the United Kingdom maintain a close strategic partnership, no universally accepted metric or authoritative ranking system exists to define or measure the strongest alliance globally. Because the claim presents a comparative superlative without defined criteria or verifiable support, this claim is unsupported. As for misleading, one claim was identified. On April 28th, during remarks welcoming King Charles III to the White House, President Trump stated that the United States and the United Kingdom have stood together in times of war and peace. While the United States and the United Kingdom have been close allies in modern conflicts such as World War I, World War II, and through the NATO alliance, the two nations have also engaged in direct military conflict, including the American Revolutionary War and the War of 1812. Because the claim highlights periods of alliance while omitting significant periods of conflict, this claim is misleading. As for supported, 3 claims were identified. On April 28th, during remarks welcoming King Charles III to the White House, President Trump stated that King Charles III was the first British king to address a joint session of the United States Congress. Historical records confirm that Queen Elizabeth II addressed Congress in 1991 as the first British monarch. King Charles III's 2026 address marks the first time a British king has done so. Because the claim accurately identifies King Charles III as the first British king to address Congress, this claim is supported. On April 28th, during remarks welcoming King Charles III to the White House, President Trump stated that Queen Elizabeth II planted a tree at the White House. Historical records confirm that on May 14, 1991, Queen Elizabeth II participated in planting a tree on the south lawn of the White House alongside President George H.W. Bush. Because the historical planting event is supported by verifiable records, this claim is supported. On April 28th, during remarks welcoming King Charles III to the White House, President Trump stated that the tree planted by Queen Elizabeth II still exists today. Records maintained by the National Park Service confirm that the tree remains part of the White House grounds. Because the present-day condition is supported by verifiable records, this claim is supported. This brings today's totals to false 1, unsupported 7, misleading 1, supported 3. Cumulative totals have been updated and are reflected in the scorecard. This review is based on direct quotes from President Trump across Truth Social, official remarks, and other public statements, with verification based on available primary records and supporting data sources. Intermediaries, representatives, media personalities, and second-hand interpretations are excluded. The words matter. The truth matters. The history matters.